Hey, what's up? I'm Kyle, and I'm going to be reviewing Rachel Roth's low-hanging system. She does print on demand, and I think it's a fantastic business model because you don't have to hold on to excess inventory. You kind of just do the marketing, and the company produces the shirts for you and ships them out and takes care of everything for you. So there's no real heavy overhead for you. And it kind of falls into the category of like digital products, which I highly endorse because they're low overhead or no overhead, and you could sell it in an infinite amount of time. So she doesn't have to go out and print a bunch of shirts with the same design on them. She could just have a design, and it only gets printed if somebody orders it. So it's like the perfect business model. And if you learn how to market these products, you could apply it to other products as well. And print on demand is a great way to start learning about product marketing. I don't make my full-time income off print on demand, but I make it with, I rent websites to business owners. And it's kind of a similar strategy to where I'm building websites. They're getting leads, and then I send those leads to a business owner who actually does the work. So I'll explain that later in the video. But she has a strategy. Where failing 98% of the time can fuel your success. And I understand that business model because she'll put out 100 listings for different types of shirts. But all you need is one or two listings to take off for it all to be worth it. I kind of go about the same strategy with my business model. I build like 100 websites, but there's a higher success ratio with what I do versus print on demand, just because it's not as competitive as print on demand. But I'll build 100 websites, and I'll be super happy if only 50% of them get rented out to business owners. And when you're doing things online, the overhead is so low. Like, you don't have to pay a lot of money to get listings, or you don't have to pay a lot of money to build a website and get it up. It's so low risk that you might as well go and scale. And if you have a small percentage of wins, it's a huge win for you. But when it comes to buying courses for anything, I do highly endorse courses because trying to figure things out on your own is just going to slow the amount of time it takes for you to actually get a win. And if you don't get a win within the first year, most people are going to give up, right? So if you're following somebody's exact proven strategy, you're more likely to see success sooner, and you're more likely to stick with it, right? So I always buy courses if I want to learn a new business model. I've purchased over $50,000 to $100,000 worth of courses in my time. And yeah, not all of them have been winners, but like one, all you need is one, and it'll change your whole freaking life. So two things I always tell people when it comes to buying a course: you always want to make sure that you vibe with the instructor. And what I mean by that is you want to watch their YouTube videos, watch their TikToks, watch their Instagrams, and make sure that when they explain concepts, you understand them clearly, because you don't want to go with an instructor who's going to give you 50 hours of content that you're just going to slog through and not comprehend, right? There's a million people teaching print on demand. Make sure the most important thing is that the teacher explains things in a clear, comprehensible manner. Number two, you want to make sure they have some sort of online community where you could reach out to other members of the group so that you could get questions answered quickly and also find business partners. And it's so valuable. My whole trajectory in life has changed because of a few Facebook groups I'm in. But I'll tell you a little bit about my business model, because you're probably here to find a way to make money online. And I'm going to present another option to you, if you haven't heard of it: renting websites to business owners. So the way it works is I'll build a website for a specific niche in a specific city. So let's go with the example, towing in Pittsburgh, right? So I'll buy a domain called towingpittsburgh.com or besttowingpittsburgh.com, right? Then I'll build out a 1 to 5 page website and do SEO to get that ranking on Google on page 1 anytime somebody searches for towing services in Pittsburgh, right? So when people start finding my website after 1 to 3 months of SEO, I build this website out, get it ranking, and people start seeing it anytime they type in Pittsburgh towing. People start calling the phone number that's on my website. It's a tracking phone number where I can control where that call routes to. Very simple. I just plug in the person's phone number, and it forwards the calls to that person as soon as I plug it in. And at the beginning, I'm letting those calls go to voicemail, right? But while they're going to voicemail, I'm calling up actual towing companies in Pittsburgh and saying, hey, I got this website. It's getting like 50 calls a month for towing work. Would you be interested in taking them over, and we can work out a deal? So I usually give them a 7-day trial at first, but jumping ahead, if they want to close a deal, I could usually close them anywhere from $750 flat a month to $2,000 flat a month, depending on the call volume I'm sending them. So you work out that deal, take their credit card information, and once the website's built, ranked, getting calls, the website just sits there and does the work on its own. It doesn't require any maintenance or anything unless something crazy happens where it drops in ranking, which is very rare in local SEO. But if you're getting the calls, it does all the work for you. All you have to do is run their credit card every month. It's basically like owning real estate online, where you put all the work into building a house, get it built up, and then you rent it out for years and years and years to come. I still have my first client from 5 years ago, and he's been paying me on a monthly basis ever since. I think my business model is probably one of the best business models out there because I'm obviously biased because it's worked out for me. I do over $30,000 a month in revenue, and when I say revenue, it's mostly profit because the overhead is very, very low. But I have a link in my description with a landing page that breaks down how the whole business model works. You watch the videos, check them out. But I also have my email in the description if you have any questions about how my business model works. So feel free to shoot me an email. Hope to hear from you. And this has been a review of Rachel Roff's low-hanging system review. If you do decide to go with the print-on-demand route, she has got a great reputation, and I highly endorse her. Good luck out there.